ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यात् मा मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। May we be physically fit, mentally and intellectually. May we not reject the Brahman, and may not the Brahman reject us. May we shall experience that Brahman which is discussed in the Upanishads, and our mind may be repository of all the virtues. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, as you all know, now third chapter we were supposed to discuss. After having the intense discussion in the two chapters, this last two chapters is like a cakewalk. Or maybe just like you can say, it is just like having some good fun or a good discussion. It appears though, because it goes of stories morely. If you remember, my earlier class had given the story in a brief or in the nutshell that there was a war or a battle between Suras and Asuras, that is between celestial beings and the demonic people, demonic natured people, and the celestial beings won the war, and they had a party, victory party. In the party, all the gods with a small g or celestial beings, they were claiming that because of me, we won the war. We had a victory because of me, because of me. Like Agni, Varuna, Indra, and others. Then suddenly there appeared a light, a ball of light, you can say. Then they started discussing. They started to know who is he or who is it? What is it? Who is he? Who is she? Or what is it? Then Indra summoned, Indra asked, or the Devatas, the celestial beings asked Agni to go and find out. He tried, he couldn't. Then Vayu was sent, he also couldn't. Then Indra came. When he came, the light disappeared. Then he became humbled and he prayed. Then the Brahman, the supreme consciousness, appeared in the form of feminine form, that is Uma Haimavati. Then she told that the victory you had, it is because of the Brahman, because of the supreme consciousness, or because of the God with a cap G, it is not because of you. So he understood his unnecessary pride or pseudo pride, and he went back and he informed all the other devatas. While telling that, he also explained about the Brahma Vidya or the glory of Brahma Vidya. That's how Indra he became quite famous. Why? Because he was not Indra. Because of the virtue of Indra, he didn't become famous. Rather, because he discussed about the Brahman or Brahma Vidya, so he became famous. This is the overall story. Now, though the story is quite interesting and quite big, very, what you say, yeah, very encouraging and rather recreational in nature, sometimes people might think, but it is not so. In the sense, behind this story, all the Upanishadic stories, there is a huge idea packed in a story. Like when we were small in the school days, after telling a story, moral story, teacher used to ask, "Dear children, what did you learn? What did you learn the moral lesson from this story?" So here, it is not a moral lesson, it is a Vedantic, because it is a Vedantic story. So what did you learn the Vedantic idea Vedantic truth from behind this story. That's where we should be aware of this. So, okay, now you know the story here. So, in one sentence, at superficial level, you can say Devanam Garva Bhangaha. The pride of the celestial beings was shattered. At superficial level, again, I'm telling you, I'm giving a caution at superficial level. Many times we think, oh, I am that, I am this, I can do this, I can do that. We keep on thinking too much about ourselves. So similarly, even these celestial beings also thought too much about themselves, and their pride, or in the Sri Ramakrishna's language, unripened ego was shattered, was destroyed by the Brahman or by the God. Now, a question might come, a subtle question might come if you are following my line of argument or discussion. Then should not we have a confidence? So the confidence and between the pride, there is a complete, a hairline of difference. We should have confidence. When we have got a confidence on ourselves, that is called Atma Shraddha or self-confidence. When we have got confidence in the Lord and the supreme power, that is called bhakti, devotion. Both are necessary, but unnecessary pride, unnecessary ego, thinking too much about oneself should not be there. So this is what the fine difference between the self-confidence and the ego, unripened ego, we should try to understand. So that we should not have a ego and all. When we hear such type things, we may land into saying that, oh, that means our confidence also, we should not we have our confidence? No, we should have it. Okay. Now let us try to understand. Now when you understand this, so these devatas are supposed to stand for Daivi Sampat. In the Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga, in the 16th chapter, there are 20 characters, has been told. So in that, Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi there, Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shanti Marcham. Amanitva. Say humbleness. One of the Devi Guna should be humble. I should be confident, no doubt, but I should not be egoistic. Rather, I should be humble. So these devatas, either Indra or Varuna or Agni or whichever the devata, celestial beings, they were supposed to be the representations of, manifestations of this Daivi Sampat, humbleness, humility. But instead of that, temporarily, they were carried over from Manitva, means pride, unnecessary ego. So God or the Brahman or the Supreme Self appeared in the form of Yaksha, in the form of Uma Aimavati, and he or she, it taught the lesson for these celestial beings. So here, this is the first reference we get, earliest reference about the theory of incarnation. The Supreme Self coming into the form, assuming the form for the sake of humanity, for the sake of people, has been told here. Okay. So when there was a manifestation of the Supreme Self in the form of a light, so devatas were naturally, they were anxious, or they were curious to know who is he or who is she, what is it? Because devatas are supposed to know anything and everything, more or less, or they assume that. Now, which is this new thing which we do not know? So they started discussing each other, and they started to know, they started to discuss, and they decided that we should know by any chance. For any chance, we should try to know who is here, what is it. Okay. So, if you see, so Maya Rahita Chaitanya is what? Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahman. Brahman, you can say. Simple way. Maya Rahita. That is without the Maya. Minus of Maya is what? Brahman. And Maya Sahita is what? Sopadika Chaitanya, technical name, or it is called Ishvara. Avatara Purusha, when we say Ishvara means here Brahman plus Maya is what Ishvara, not the Holy Trinity. Ishvara, who is the Lord of dissolution, no, not that Ishvara here. Here Ishvara means is the Lord who has got a form or who has got Maya as a Upadhi, limiting adjunct. Okay. Here the Ishvara has come in the form of Uma or Yaksha. Ishvara or Ishwar you can take. Okay. Now, Indra came to know about the Brahman and he went back to heaven and he taught and all fine. Now, what is the moral of the story? You know the overall structure of the story. So, the first and foremost is Brahma Hastitvam, means Brahman exists. There is no doubt. Upanishad is telling very clearly through this story that Brahman and Brahman alone exist, or rather, Brahman exists. The fundamental truth that Brahman is the source of all the energy and it exists is been revealed through in this Upanishad through this story. Now, if you remember in the Keno Upanishad, that was the question. Keneshidam patite preshitam manaha, by which the mind works, the mind functions. The eye works. Eye is able to see. Ear is able to hear. Nose is able to smell. Vachoha vachaso pranasya prana and all we discussed. So that Brahman has been explained in the story form here. So Brahman exists, which is the source of creation. Okay. And this Brahman is what? I am that Brahman. Claim that I am that Brahman. We already have seen that. Okay. Now the second one is without the grace of Ishvara or Guru, Brahmagnana is not possible. Without the grace of teacher, without the grace of the Lord, this Brahmagnana is not possible. Ishvara Krupa, Guru Krupa and Shastra Krupa, these are very much required as Upanishad says. The third is Guru Apeksha. So if you don't understand Sanskrit terms, don't bother. Just I'm telling you, Guru Apeksha means necessity of teacher with respect to self-knowledge. We need a teacher to learn who am I, what I am, etc. We need Guru to understand the Brahman and to remove the misconceptions. The fourth is Patratva. Patratva means student's eligibility. One should become fit to study Vedanta and to understand Vedanta. Like who can participate in the Olympic Games? So whoever has participated in his country at different levels, and the best athletes or the best sportsmen, women, sports people, the best people, sports people from the country will be selected and will be sent to the Olympic Games. So I have not played at all to any national level game, national level in my country. If I desire that I should go and play in Olympic, it is not possible. Generally, it is not possible. Generally, it is expected that at least at the national level, we should have enough winning the games, matches. Then only I can participate in the Olympic game. So like that, there's an eligibility. Who can do the post-graduation? Who has done the graduation, he can do the post-graduation. This is the minimum eligibility. So like this, who can study, who can understand and experience the Vedantic truth? What is the eligibility also has been told. And the fifth one is Brahma Vidya Stuti, means the greatness of this Brahman or the Brahmagnana, that is the self-knowledge, the greatness of the self-knowledge. Then the sixth is last in the chapter, last few, few slokas, few verses, we see that Upasana Vidhi means different type of meditations. One is called Vidyut Upasana. Very interesting, Vidyut Upasana. Vidyut Upasana means what? Lightning meditation. Meditation on the lightning. So lightning, thunder also you can meditate. You see Upanishad is saying meditation on the lightning. The other is Mana Upasana, means thought meditation, meditation on the thought. So when we come to that place, we will discuss in detail. Now these are the 6 things which you can learn from this third and fourth chapter. So now we will go to the shloka after this introduction. Brahma devebhyo vijigye tasya brahmano vijaye Deva amahiyanta. Brahma, Brahma here means Brahman, ha means indeed, surely, surely Brahman, Devebhyo Vijigye. For the sake of the gods, it achieved victory. So, Devebhyo Brahma Vijigye. For the sake of the celestial beings, Brahman achieved the victory. So again, you should remember the story. There was a quarrel, there was a battle between the Suras and Asuras, demons and celestial beings, and Brahman helped them. Brahman helped these Devatas. As a result, Devatas won the war, celestial beings won the war. So this is the fact actually. Tasyaha Brahmana Vijaye. It is no doubt, surely that because of the Brahman, they got the victory. But Devaha amahiyanta. But the gods felt proud, felt elated. Because of them, they were able to win the victory. So this is the simple explanation of the first mantra. So you don't have much any very deep discussions. So as a result, I will be going further to the second sloka. So only one important point here is, so though Brahman, because of the Brahman, they won the victory, but they have failed themselves to appreciate it and to accept it. Why? Because of the pride. That means their mind has been colored by the ego. When our minds get colored by ego, what happens? We don't see the fact. We don't see the truth. That's what it happened for the Devatas. That's one thing. Second things, because of the Brahman, the Devatas won the victory, also says very clearly that Brahman is the source of energy. The consciousness is the source of energy for this entire creation, either for manifested or unmanifested, whether sentient or insentient, whether living or non-living. If you remember my Drugdushi Viveka classes, Indriyas will get the power from where? From the mind, reflected consciousness. And this mind gets the power from where? From the self. So basically, all our body and mind, everything, they are getting the power from where? From the self. Same thing with the world also. But because of the wrong notion, they thought it is because of us we won the victory, and they want to have the winning party, and they want to claim that because of me or because of I. This I is attached to body and mind. Because of I, we won the victory, or you won the victory. स ऐक्षन्तस्माकमेवायं विजयो अस्माकमेवायं महिमेति तद्देशां विजिग्नौ तेभ्योः प्रादुर्बभूव तन्न व्यजानात् किमिदं यक्षमिति te aikshanta. They thought. So here, lot of pronouns actually we keep coming. So this pronouns is what proxy noun actually, proxy noun. So this pronoun refers to some noun. So contextually, we should be careful and we should try to understand. Te means they, aikshanta, thought. They means what? Who here? They. They means gods, celestial beings. Asmakam eva ayam vijayah. This success, victory is due to us. Asmakam, our, us, eva ayam vijaya. Eva, surely, ayam vijaya. Means because of us, we could win. So the victory belongs to whom? It belongs to us only, because we are the responsible for the victory. We are the cause for the victory. So we are the responsible for the victory, and victory belongs to us. Okay. Mahima iti asmakam eva ayam. So this glory, because of us we got the victory, so the glory also should go to me only. Oh, I worked and someone will having a glory. No, because I have worked, I should get the glory. I should get the recognition. Many times it happens in offices. I worked so much hard, but I was not recognized. Instead of that, XYZ, my colleague, or my senior, or my junior, maybe some reasons, because of some reasons, they are being recognized. We feel hurt. We feel that our existence itself is at stake. So the recognition, we all need recognition. So Devatas are also saying that because of us, because of our energy, we won the victory, and the glory also should belong to us. Asmakam evayam mahima iti. Tat ha yesham vijigna. Tat. Here tat means that. Again, that means what? That means what? Brahman. That's why I'm saying so many pronouns are there. Contextually, we should understand. There, te means they means gods. Here, tat means that Brahman, that Lord, ha or surely, yesham vijigna means their pretension, the Devatas pretension has been noticed by the Brahman. Yesham vijigna tebhyaha pradurbhavuva. So Lord understood, the Brahman understood the pretension of the Devatas. Or in a simple language, Brahman noticed the pride, pseudo pride of the gods. So Pradurbhavuva means appeared. Esham Vijigna. Esham Vijigna means he understood. So Pradurbhavuva, he appeared or it appeared. It appeared is right actually here because here he, she, we cannot say that. It appeared. Tatna Vyajanata. Tatna Vyajanata means what? Devatas. Tat means that was not able to understood by these people. The Devatas were not able to understand, were not able to recognize or identify who is this. Because it is neither male nor female. It is a non-living thing because it's a neutral gender. That's why Tatana Vejanata. Devatas could not make about that thing. So neutral gender is been used by the Upanishads. Kim idam yakshamiti. What this yaksha might be. Now here yaksha, again this word we have to take it carefully. Yaksha is also a type of celestial being. In the Mahabharata, there's a famous yaksha prashna. Yaksha asked questions to the Yudhishthira. That is very quite famous. So Yaksha is one of the celestial being actually. Or in the present day language, if you say, he's a group of officers. So it's like a group of a powerful officer. But here Yaksha means it is a powerful light. That's all. It is not a person here. It is just a light. So when the gods were with a small g, they were thinking that because of us, we won the victory, we are all powerful and etc. The God understood their unnecessary pride. The God wanted to teach, the Brahman wanted to teach the lesson for these Devatas. So it appeared in the form of Yaksha, in the form of light. Now Devatas are confused. They are curious. What is it? Who is this Yaksha might be? Okay, so in this confusion, in this knowing the truth, who is that or what is this Yaksha? Now they are discussing and deciding what to do now next. Te agnim abruvan jataveda etad vijanihi kimidam yakshamiti thateti. Te, again, te means where they. They means gods. Gods who had assembled to celebrate their victory, who also failed to understand who is this Yaksha is. So such people, Agnim Abruvan. So they said to fire, they addressed fire. They said, oh fire, Agnim Abruvan Jataveda. And his another name is Jataveda. Hey Agni, hey Jataveda. Like we say, oh John, hi John, oh John. We say similarly, hey Agni, hey Jataveda. So they are calling Agni or Jataveda, addressing. Why they are calling only Agni or Jataveda? Again, there's a beautiful explanation for this Jataveda. Jataveda means is like omniscient. Means he knows things. Every creation, every created thing he knows. That's the reason he's called Jataveda. Jataveda means he's like an omniscient. You being an omniscient, you, oh omniscient, they're addressing. So when you say you omniscient, so you hear two things. One is they are praising you. Oh omniscient one, oh you are a great one. That also can be taken. The other is, oh omniscient one, you are supposed to know everything. So then can you tell who is he or what is it? Then if you cannot say, then your omniscient title can be at stake. So it can be like a mocking. So in that one word, addressing with that particular name, so many things are involved. Etad vijanihi. So since you also do not know who this Yaksha is, etad vijanihi, go and find out thoroughly who this Yaksha is. Because you were supposed to be omniscient, You are called as an omniscient. If you know, tell us. If you don't know, then go and try to know, because you are supposed to be an intelligent person. Kim etad yaksham iti. So what this yaksha is, who this yaksha is, why is he appearing in front of us like this in this form? Tata iti. So when all the devatas approached Agni and Jataveda and said, please go and try to understand who this yaksha is, what this yaksha is, then after hearing that, Agni said, all right, I shall go and try to know who this yaksha is, because I'm supposed to be all knowing, omniscient. So he said, let it be so. Tata eti. Okay. Tat abravit tam abhyavat को अस्ति अग्निर्वा अहमस्ति इति ब्रवीति जातवेदा वा अहमस्मि iti. So now this Agni has come in front of the Yaksha, and tat abhyadravat means tat abhyadra. It approached towards that Yaksha. So Agni is approaching towards that Yaksha. So that is understood your talks. And I mean, you have to add few verbs here, or missing sentences, missing words. Tam abhyavadat. To him, to that Yaksha, fire said, fire questioned, fire asked. So fire approached Yaksha and he is asking, he said or he is asking, Kim asti iti. So Agni asked, who are you? Agni asked, who are you? So instead of answering, Yaksha is asking, Kaha asti iti. So who are you? The Yaksha in turn asked Agni, who are you? Now imagine if Trump has come somewhere, and if I ask, who are you? How Trump will feel? Trump will feel terrible. What? I am the president of the America. Don't you know who am I? What nonsense this is? How can you be there a person who doesn't know the American president? So this is the question. This is the point now for Agni also. He's quite famous. Agni had thought that everyone knows him, but now here is a person. He is telling, is a person or a thing. It is telling, who are you? So it is a dead blow or death blow for the Agni's pride. So that's how the Lord is teaching the lesson. Don't think you are something. You are something, but you are not everything. So he is trying to nip at the bud, like he's trying to kill his pride. But unfortunately, Agni did not understand even who are you by asking. He's telling that don't think too much about you. But still, Agni did not understand this, and he is trying to boost himself in front of Yaksha. Agni vai aham asmi. Oh, I have been known by the name called fire. Who are you? Oh, people call me as John. I am the John. I am the John from Dublin or from Ireland. What are you doing? Oh, I am the CEO of a company. I am so and so. Like this we tell. So similarly, he's telling, I have been called by the name fire, or I am famous by the name fire. Iti abraved. So Agni said thus, Jatveda vai asmyamiti. And I'm not only called by the name Agni, I've got several names. And one more famous name is what? I also been known. I've also been called by the another name, famous name. My famous name is what? Jataveda. Since there are so many names, I don't want to tell. I will tell two famous names by which the whole world is addressing me. One is fire, Agni. The other is Jataveda. Jataveda means what? Omniscient. He knows everything, every part of creation. तस्मिगुं स्वयि किं वायुमित्यपिदं सर्वं दहेयं यदिदं पृथिव्यामिति तस्मिन् स्त्वयि. So, cast, who are you, was asked by the Yaksha. Now he said, I am being known famously by two names, that is Agni, fire, and Jataveda. Then Yaksha is asking the second question to the fire, to the Agni. What is that? Tasmin stvayi. In you, you are such and such a famous person, isn't it? So in you, having many names, in you, kim viryam iti. What power do you possess? Why are you so famous? Why are you? Why do you think that people know you? What makes you to become so famous? Because I can be famous because I'm a millionaire. I can be famous because I'm a celebrity. I can be famous because I'm very good looking. Like maybe in the beauty competition, I won some prizes, or I may be good athlete because of my actions. I may be very famous, or I can be also famous because I've done some wrong things like killing someone or doing some wrong things. Also, I can be famous. So here he's telling Kim Viryamati, what is your strength? On what basis you are famous, my dear? So what is your strength? Can you tell me? Okay, you are known by name Agni or Jataveda. Why are you famous? Means what is your strength? Can you tell? So when we go to interview, sometimes they do ask, okay, your name and all is there in the CV. So what is your strength? What is your limitations? What are your strengths and what are your limitations? They do ask. So like this, Yaksha is asking to Agnideva, what are your strength? Then Agni is saying, oh, I have got so strength is my strength is you want to know what is that? Apidam sarvam daheyam. I can burn all these. A thing or a matter or a stone, whatever exists in the world, whatever exists in this creation or the earth, everything I can burn off. Yad, yad idam prithimvyamiti. Whatever exists on this mundane earth or in the world, whole world, in the above worlds, below worlds, whatever exists, everything I can burn it off. That is my strength. Because he is Agni, because he is the embodiment of the fire. So, what is your strength? Yaksha asked. He said, I can burn anything and everything in this world which has been created. There's nothing which I cannot burn. This has been told by the Agni with his proud. This is my strength. This I can do. तस्मै तृणं निददौ एतद्धेति तत् उपप्रेयय सर्वजनेन तन्न शशाक दग्धुं सततत एव निववृते नैतदशकं विज्ञातुं यदेतद् यक्षमिति. It is like in a prose form. That's where it is not in a poetry form, shloka form. That's why I have to read like like what you say, prose. Okay. Tasmai trunam nidadhau. Oh, I mean, all these in between lines we have to add. When Agni said, oh, I can burn anything and everything in this entire creation, he said, then Daksha said, my dear, let us not think about all these things. I am not asking you to burn the entire earth planet or the entire solar system or the entire creation. I am not asking you to burn, or even one city or one country or one ocean to dry up. I am not asking you. Well, then I am just asking you, I'm going to place a blade of grass, dry blade of grass, that too, not even wet, not even greenish. It is just a dry blade of grass. I'm placing a small dry blade of grass in front of you. Can you burn? This is what the challenge has been given by Yaksha to the Agni. Tasmai drunam nidadau. So Yaksha placed a blade of grass to him. To him means what? To Agni. So Agni's Garvabhanga is happening now. If you remember, Etad Dahamiti, can you burn this? Just you burn this. This small blade of grass. Tasmai trunam nidadau etad daha iti. So Yaksha said, can you burn this small blade of grass? Tat upreyaya sarvajavena. So Agni, with all his power, because he had such an ego and all, what I can burn anything and everything in the world. To burn this small blade of glass is a big thing. With very casual, he was casual, no doubt, but still with his full of strength and force, he went to burn that blade of grass. So tad upapreya sarva javena means with all his power and force, Agni went, approached the blade of grass to burn. But what happened? Tandagdum nashashaka. He can burn the entire world. He had boosted himself. He thought that, but now Tandagdum nashashaka. He was unable to burn even a small blade of dry grass, even not even wet grass. not even that green grass. It is dry grass. He couldn't do it. So he was unable to bear even a corner of the blade of grass. Saha tataha eva nivavrute. So he was humbled. He felt it very shameful. So therefore, tataha, therefore saha means he means what? Agni, eva nivavrutte. He withdrew from that place. Means he doesn't know now who is this Yaksha is, and he boosted himself, but he couldn't do it. He felt very bashful and he felt very shameful. So he turned down and he went back to the Indra Bhavana, into the Swarga, and with a, is putting down his head, he entered the palace. People could understand that he is unable to, he couldn't get the things, he couldn't accomplish the task whichever was given. Naitadashakam vignatum yad etad yakshamiti. But he was sincere. He told that, sorry, I was not able to know who this unique yaksha is. He could have probably manipulated. He could have told something. He could have told some lies and all. But no, at least he was sincere. He said, sorry for whatever the task you people sent me, it is not possible for me. I couldn't achieve it. Why? Because I couldn't understand. I couldn't know who is that yaksha is. So again, the discussions starts, then whom to be sent and all. So if you see very minutely, Vibhuti Yoga, the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, is the expansion of the Kenopanishad 3rd chapter. Because whatever the best is there in the every part of the creation, either in the animal or in the birds or in the reptiles, in the mammals, in the human beings, or in the nature, or in the stone, or in the season, or whatever, everything is what? It is all the manifestation of that infinite consciousness. So that has been given in the personified forms there actually. But it is the expansion of the Keno Upanishad 3rd chapter. Whoever has studied the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter will be able to understand. Because everything has come from that consciousness or the Supreme Self or the Brahman. Atha vayum abruvan vayuvetad vijanihi kimetad yakshamiti tateti. Then among them they discussed, then whom to be sent now? They all discussed and they decided, okay, let us send the Vayu now. Agni has failed in his mission. Let us send the Vayu to understand who is Yaksha. Atha. Then Vayum Abruvan. So they said to the Vayu. They means what? The gods. The gods said to Vayu. Vayum Abravin. Vayave etad vijanihi. O Vayu. Oh Vayu, please go and find out what this Yaksha is, who this Yaksha is. Kim etad yakshamiti tata iti. So please go and find out who this Yaksha is for our sake, for our all the God's sake. Then he also heard and he said, oh, okay, I shall go and accomplish the mission. He said, Tatha eti means let it be so. I shall go and do it. So whether Vayu was able to do it or not, and whether he could know or whatever, let us try to understand in the next class. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.